Okay, so let's select the second one and do the same. Then the third one. But for this third one, because this third one will be initially active one, so from here just copy this active class, and after this herb button leave a space and add the active. So initially this will be like activated. Okay, all right, then this one, add the class, and the last one just add the class. Okay, so every one of them is having the hover effect. Now the hover effect is good. Now what I'm going to do is first select this first one. Let's start with the first one. If you scroll down, you'll have this attributes option. In the attributes option, in this field, we have to put a key value for the items. Okay, so in this button's key value, there should be a code for this section. Okay, so if you go to the JFD website and scroll down, even scroll down after this JF snippet, you'll find this JavaScript data attribute. From here, just copy this simple code, go back here, and on the first image, attribute, just paste the code. Okay, after pasting, just type here herb1. So by typing herb1 after this, we're associating this first button with this first ingredient. Okay, after that, let's copy this whole thing, and on the second button, let's add this code in the attribute. Then let's do it for the all. Just paste the code, but change it to herb2. That's all. Now let's go to the third one, do the same, paste it, make it herb3, and the fourth one in the attributes, paste the value, then herb4, and the last one should be, of course, herb5. Okay, now let's publish our home page, and let's go to the home, and let's go to the front end website and refresh the page. So this is our ingredient section. Here, now if we click on this first button, you see all the contents and images is being changed. Then if we click on this second one, the second ingredient is loading. So basically we made a tab function that filters contents using these buttons. Okay, so this is a cool way to show your ingredients. Readers just have to click on these little images to switch to different ingredients. So this is the amazing functionality of our ingredient section. But one thing we can notice, this is so much gap between the items, right? So we can just simply decrease it by selecting this container. I mean this container, the second container inside this ingredient section, and we can see this is 80 pixel margin on the bottom. And I guess this is looking better. Okay, let's publish this. Yeah, this is looking a lot better. All right, so this is our nice functionality. So this is our cool functionality. Now it's time to make our ingredient section fully responsive. So for the laptop mode, this is perfect. In the tablet mode, really few things to change. First, let's select this title, I mean these headings. So in the style, just we can decrease the font size like 32. Then let's select this one, and we can make it 18 pixel, and this one we can make 32 as well. After that, we have this big text. Let's make this 40 pixel, and we can make this description 16 pixel, and everything's looking perfect. But I think in the tablet mode, this space is being too much here, so we can simply grab this, the first container inside this ingredient section. So we can select this call1 container, and we can just select this container, the second container inside this ingredient section, and we have a really high margin on the top. We can just make it 0, and this will look really good. And finally, we have this buttons messed up, so let's select this. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this container here, and from the layout I'm gonna make this wrap to wrap. Then we can control these gaps because I feel like this is being too much. So let's remove the gap first, and we can just make it 50 pixel. Alright, so this is looking good. Alright, so in the tablet mode, this is looking perfect. Now let's check it on the mobile mode. This is looking like this, but we can select this container, and from the layout, we can increase the gaps. So you can remove the gap from here, like, and then let's make the gap 20 pixel. Okay, and now let's select these individual images and go to the style tab, make this width only 50 pixel and height only 50 pixel. Then we can just copy this and paste the style to the other one. Copy, paste the style, paste the style, and paste the style. It will look like this. Now these filter buttons are fixed. We can select this ingredient sections and we can just decrease some padding, like remove this on the right, 20 pixel on the bottom, 60 pixel on the right, left, 20 pixel. Okay, so this button will look like this right now. So this button will be like this, but we can see these ingredient contents are looking bad. So for that, first of all, I'm gonna select this container, which is the second container under this ingredient section. So in here first, instead of the 500, we can increase it to 550. Then let's select this image widget, and in this style, let's make it 220 pixel and height also 220 pixel. And this will be like this. Now I think we need some margin on the bottom, so we can just grab the second container under ingredients again, and from the advanced we can make it 60 pixel on the bottom and 60 on the top, right? So this is separating in the mobile mode nicely. And by the way, we can quickly fix up this text. So first this one, let's make this one 28 pixel, then we can make this one 16 pixel, and this one 26 pixel, and line height, select pixel, and 45 pixel is looking good. After that we can make this one 32, and line height we can decrease it to 60 pixel. Then finally this description one, we can make it 14 pixel. And in the mobile section as well, our ingredient section is looking perfect. Alright, so one thing here, I feel like this is taking a bit too much space here, so we can just grab this container, and instead of the 60 on the bottom, 30 pixel is looking perfect, and on the top 40 pixel is looking perfect. Alright, so our ingredients section is 100% responsive, and this is super functional. Now let's move ahead to our next section. Alright, so let's take a container and let's rename this one experience section, and of course let's drag this custom code to the bottom. Alright, so first of all, let's make the mean height, let's use this 498, so this section will be this pixel long. Then let's make the direction to column, and let's go to the advanced and handling the padding, make it 66, 30 pixel, and on the left 30 pixel. Now I want to add a image inside this style tab, so let's select the background image. If you scroll down, you'll find this image. This is called bg-dark, and let's position this to top center, then repeat, no repeat, and display size cover, so this will cover the whole container. After that, let's open this background overlay. In the overlay, I'm gonna use the background color, so select classic, and in the color select the secondary color, so it will make it darker, but I want to make the opacity 0.8, so it will make it even darker. Now inside this experience section, I want to add a heading, change the text, awesome experience with muscle up. Let's go to style and color this text to all the way to here, and it will be fully white color. Then let's make the typography primary and font size 60 pixel, font weight 500, and line height 89 pixel. And actually let's make this text align to the center. And this is for this experience section, a background image and one heading. That's it. Now let's move ahead to the next section. So we can click on this plus icon and a space will come up here. So let's take a container and rename this one video section, and on this video section I'm gonna use this width to 1000 pixel. Then let's make the direction to row and go to the advanced and make the margin on the top. I'm gonna use -275 pixel and see what happens. this video section is pulled up under this experience section. So basically this experience section is helping this video section to have this nice background color with this nice heading. Okay, after that, let's unlink this padding on this video. Then let's make the right 30 pixel, bottom 100 pixel, and on the left 30 pixel. Then inside, let's add a container. Let's make it full width, and I want to add the min height also here, 635 pixel, and make this container, make this justify content to center, and go to this style. Then I'm gonna add an background image. So for this one, scroll down, and you'll find this whole image here. This is called home-1 PNG. Select this, and it will be loaded like this. Then of course, let's position it to top center, and repeat, no repeat, display size, cover. Then let's scroll down and open this border drop down. Then let's use this border type to solid, and this option will come up border width. In the border width, add 10 pixel of border. You can see around this section a border has been added, but let's change the color to our accent color. Okay, so it will become green color, and we'll use this border radius to add some roundness, like 50 pixel, and this whole section will be nice rounding. After that, just go to the advanced and make the padding 0. Now inside this container, I want to add a widget, search icon, and add this one. And I want to change the icon. Let's use this icon library for that. Just here search play, and you will see this one, play. Just insert this, and on this view option, select stacked, and this icon will come up with the background color. And of course, choose the shape as circle, or if you want, you can select it square, rounded, but circle is the best for the play button, right? And I'm gonna show you how you can add a video on this play button. Like by clicking on this play button, anyone can play a video. So I'll show you that later after styling this whole play button. Okay, so let's go to the style. First, make the alignment center. Then we have this color. Keep the color same here, primary color, but on the hover, I'm gonna make this primary color to a white color. So on the hover, it will become white like this, but the secondary color, it should be this primary color. So on hover, we get this nice effect. Okay, go back to the normal, and although by default this secondary color is white, which is this icon, but we can just keep it white like this. Okay, so it's same. Then we have this icon size, so let's make it 40 pixel, and we have this icon padding. I want to make it 60 pixel, so this whole button will become bigger like this, and it will look more clickable. After that, let's go to the advanced tab and unlink this padding, and I want to add little bit padding around this, like 6 pixel, 7 pixel, 2, and 7 pixel. Now if you scroll down, you will find this border in this advanced tab. Open this border. Let's make this border type to this dashed, and with the dash type of border, you can see this border is not a straight line, it is dashed. Okay, so in the border width, I want to make it 2 pixel. Then border color, let's make it FFFBE6, and it will become like this color. So after that, let's make the border radius to 100 pixel. Although it is looking like this, but if you scroll up in the layout, we have this align self. If we make it center, this border will be here in the center. And now you can see the usage of this padding. Like if I remove this padding from here, you can see this is not having any space around this button for the border, right? So let's undo it and make it right. Now this is looking good, but I want to style this button more further. For that, I'm gonna use simple CSS that we have present in this page. So if you scroll down, you'll find this image slider CSS. So for that, we will use some simple CSS which is present in this page. If you scroll down, you'll find this play icon CSS. Just copy it and add it inside our code base. Add some spacing and add it. Alright, so as you know, after pasting the CSS, we have to copy this CSS name, class name. So this play hyphen icon, and this will be inside this icon, and see what happens. Right after I pasted it, one extra nice border has been added on this button. Okay, it's looking really cool. And now let's show you how to add a video on this button. So go to this button's content, and we have this link. First, click on this dynamic tags, and if you scroll down, inside this action, you will find this light box. Then open this light box by clicking here, and under the setting, we have this video type or image type. Select this video, and here we have to paste our video URL. So for example, you want to add a video from the YouTube, you can just go to the YouTube, and for example, from here, I want a video. So you can just click on this videos option button and click on this share. And from here, just copy this whole link. After that, come back to the page builder, and inside this URL, you can just paste it. And now let's see how it works. So if I just simply click on this button, a nice video pop-up will come up, and you can just play the YouTube video in here.
In this tutorial,
How cool is that? And of course, if you want to get the link from anywhere, you can do it from any social media link, or even you can upload the video on your media library, then copy the link from the media and paste the link into here. And you can play the video from your media library with this button. Alright? So basically our experience section and this video section is a merge section, you can call. Both of these are complete and it is looking really amazing. So now it's time to make it responsive. So first let's check the laptop mode. In the laptop mode, everything is looking perfect, but in the tablet we have to work a little bit. Just select this big text, and the typography we can make it 48, and line height we can make it, first select pixel and 79. And one thing in the experience section, let's select this experience section, and from the layout we can just decrease the min height a bit, like 460 pixel. Alright, so after that we have this video section. Inside the video section we have this container that is holding all these images, and it has a min height. We can just decrease it to 480 pixel, and it is looking really nice. Alright, so the tablet mode is looking perfect. Now let's go to the mobile mode, and in the mobile, first of all, let's select this experience. Then we can decrease this min height to 300 pixel, and let's select this heading, then make it 35 and line height 50 pixel. I know this is being hidden, this heading, but we can select this video section, and from the advanced tab we can remove the margin and unlink the whole thing, and we can just decrease the top margin like minus 99 pixel. It's looking good. Now let's grab this container and let's make the min height 350 pixel, and it's looking good. And finally we can just grab this icon and decrease the size a bit, like 30 pixel. And let's go to the advanced, and inside the padding, let's link all the padding and make it 60 pixel. Alright, so this section is fully responsive and done. Let's now move to the next section. Let's take a container, and this will be, let's close all of these and drag this custom code to down. This will be our pricing section. So first on this pricing section, let's make this direction to row, direction to column, and go to the advanced and make the padding 30 on the right, 100 on the bottom, and 30 on the left. Now inside this pricing section, I want to add a widget that is search carousel, and you'll find this carousel, this single one. Just drag it in and you'll see this widget here. So inside the slides you can see multiple items here. First I want to delete all of this except this first one. Let's just nicely rename it slide 1. After we have this slide on display, let's make it 4. So basically this is a slider or carousel. Inside this we will put some items, and those will be sliding. So on the slider we want to show 4 of them at once. So select the 4 here. After that, open this navigation option here. Inside the navigation we have so many options for the arrow. So first of all, turn on this arrow on. Then here, basically if you notice here, we have the previous arrow here and the next arrow here. So for the previous arrow we have to select an icon, but for the icon I want to select our SVG. So select here, and you can see we're having some arrow icons. So for the previous, of course we want a left arrow icon, right? So select this one. So first, for the left side, make this arrow orientation to start, so it will be on the start. But right now we cannot see any icon, but we'll be able to see it later, don't worry. So here, first of all, on this position, let's make it minus 80 pixel. Then make this vertical orientation to center and keep the position 0, so it will be middle right here, okay? After that, scroll down and do the same for this next arrow. Just from the SVG, select this right faced arrow. And for the horizontal, of course, it's end, and for the position, it's same 80 pixel, and vertical, it's same center and position 0. Okay. After we have this pagination option, in the pagination, we don't want any of them, so we can select this as none. After that, let's style it. So in the style tab, first of all, we have this gap between slides. I want to make it 20 pixel. Then let's make this padding 0. And now let's open this navigation option. In here, in the size, let's make it 30. And for the color, let's make it FFFBE6. And on the background type, select classic, and in the color, let's make it our accent color. After that, we have this border radius, let's make it 50, and this padding 15 pixel. And the question you may ask is, where is the arrows, right? Where is the navigation we're making? Just be patient, it will be appeared when we start to add items inside this carousel, okay? So the thing is, you can see there is a slot inside this carousel, right? We can add anything we like inside this. You can add any structure or any widgets inside. So let's take a container inside this. So after you take the container, this container will go inside the slide container. This slide is coming from, as you know, this slide 1, right? Slide #1. This container goes inside this. So let's select this container and make sure you make it full width. After that, let's go to the style, add a background color. Background color should be fully white. Let's go to the advanced, and padding, let's make it 36 on the top. And by the way, one thing, in the style of this container, open this border, and let's add a border to solid 1 pixel, and border color should be, first add 6 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then 1A, and we will have a semi-transparent color for this border. After that, let's use this border radius to make this round, 50 pixel round. And by the way, I want to make this container name to card, because we'll have multiple cards inside this. And inside this card container, let's add another container, and make sure you make this boxed, this container. Then on the width, type 190 pixel, then make the padding 0. And inside this container, let's add an image widget, and let's select the image. So for the image, I want to select this image. This is big bucket. And then right after this image, let's add a spacer widget. Then spacer space should be 15 pixel. And after that, I want a heading. So let's add one here after this widget. I mean the spacer widget. Like this. And first of all, change the text. Then let's make this align to center, and color, the accent color. Then go to the typography. Make it 32, then font weight, let's make it normal, which is 400, then line height 40 pixel. Then go to the advanced, unlink the margin just on the bottom, 14 pixel. Then after this heading, I want another heading, and this one will be a price. Then let's make this center as well, and color should be our secondary color. Then typography 42 pixel, 562 pixel. Then after this, let's add a widget. This is called rating. You'll have this one, just add it right after this text. So this is basically a rating widget. With this, you can show the rating of the product. For example, this is the rating scale, this is 5. You can make it 10 if you want, so the star will be 10. And then on this rating, you can rate anything 1 to 10. For example, I rate it 8 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10. And see, this star icon is having half color, so this is so cool. But I'm gonna actually make it rating scale 5 and 5 out of 5. And also, one cool thing is you can change the icon for your rating. So by default, this is star, but you can actually select any icon from here. Like, just for fun, you can select this bell icon, and all will be bell like this, and you can add the rating the same way. So this widget is really cool, but I'm gonna actually make the rating to star rating. Select the star here, and we're good. Alright, so make the alignment center to make it center, then go to the style. So first here in the icon, let's make the icon size to 30 pixel, and spacing, let's make it 10, and make the color. Let's make it our primary color, and you can actually select the unmarked color as well, but we don't want this right now. So let's go to the advanced tab, make the margin 10 pixel on the top and 18 pixel on the bottom. And one thing we can see, this star is breaking down to a second line when we don't want it like this. So we can just select this container and we can just little bit increase the width like to 10 pixel, and this is looking really good. Then after this star rating, let's add a button. And make sure you put the button outside of this container. Like right now it's added inside this container, but just drag this button like outside of this container and bring it down like this. So make sure this button is outside of this container and after this container. Okay, now let's change this button to buy now and select an SVG icon, this one, icon position to end, icon spacing 25, and let's go to the style and make this position to stretch. After making stretch, as you can see, this button is using the full weight of this whole container. Then let's make the typography to primary and font size 30 pixel, font weight 500, and line height 44 pixel. Then text color, let's make it fully white color. Then make the background primary color, and on the hover, let's make the background color to the accent. Okay, now finally let's make the border radius 100 and padding, make it 10 pixel first, then unlink it, and on the left 40 pixel. And finally I want to make it like exactly like this banner button, so we have to use the CSS. So we have to grab the CSS from this button, this hero btn, and just simply paste it here. Alright, by the way, one thing in this button, in the style, I want to make this text transform uppercase. Okay, perfect. And one more thing on the button, I can see I mistakenly dragged it outside of this card container. As you can see, we just need to make it inside the card, but outside of this card inside the card. Okay, like put it inside the card, then drag this container before this button, and it will be looking like this. Now it is looking perfect. Now finally let's go back to our carousel and go to the content, and currently we are having slide 1 only, right? So this is a single card or this single slide. Now I want to make it duplicate, so clone it 4 times and you'll have all 5 items here. Okay, so now you can see if we close this slide, we're having more slide containers here, and in each slide we have each card, right? Now if we publish this and go to our front-end website, refresh the page, on this section, as you can see, all of the item is showing together, and also you can see the arrow right now. But in the builder, we can see only one item at once, and this is not actually a usual thing. I guess it happened by some glitches or bugs on the Elementor, because recently Elementor has updated their new version. The new version is really good on many things, but because it is so new, some glitches can happen in the building mode. But don't worry, in the preview mode you'll see always everything perfectly. Alright, and now we have to change all of the pictures here because I want to add different pictures for different cards. Okay, so let's start with the first one. From here you'll find all these images here. Let's select this one. This is called something like this, and it is 61 kilobytes. Okay, select this. Alright, then let's close this first slide and open the second one. And then in the card we have the image. Change this image to a different flavor of the supplement. I'm gonna select this one. After that, open the third one. Third one's image should be this blue one. Then the fourth one, I'm gonna select this one for that. And for the last one, we can add a variation by selecting this image. Now let's publish and look how it looks. So in the front end website, let's refresh. And this is looking like this. But one thing you can notice, this one is longer than the other ones, because let's see what happens. So that was the first slider. Okay, so let's open the first one, and inside this first one's container, we added this 200 pixel width, right? But if we remove this and make it full width on the content width and publish it, and now if we check, this is actually being fixed. So I prefer keeping it like this. So make sure you remove this specific width from this container and make it full width. So this way it will look really good. All right. So this is how this slider works. You can use this arrow to slide around, or you can use your mouse to slide the images. And you see this is being autoplayed because we turned on the autoplay mode in the slider. So basically this section is your product variation section. As you know, we're making a single product sales page. So the product will be all same, but you might have different flavors for this supplement or different variation with different ingredients. And although we are using a similar layout like e-commerce websites, but this is not an e-commerce website. You have just only one product, and all the details on your website will be just for only one single product. So if anyone clicks on this buy now button, you can link them to anywhere. For example, if you have an e-commerce website, so by clicking on this product, it will directly take them to that product page or the product purchasing page. Or if you don't have an e-commerce website, you have an Amazon store, you can just simply link these buttons to the Amazon product page, right? You already know how to link the button, but I'm gonna show you one more time. Just go to this content of this button, and inside this link, put any link you want. For example, amazon.com/your product link, like this. All right. And here, of course, you can set any pricing for any type of flavor or any variation. I just showed you every text for just example. Maybe this flavor of product costs $89, but this can cost $95, or this can cost even more, like that. You can just set according to your business. Okay. And just to make it look good, I'm gonna actually really quickly update all this pricing. And here this will look like this. All right. And of course you can change the title according to your product and flavor's name. So this was our pricing section. This is looking really nice, and just we have to make it responsive. It's really easy because it is a carousel. It's always easy to make a carousel responsive. And actually, as you can see, this laptop mode in here is perfect, but let's go to the tablet mode and then select this pricing section, and we can just adjust the padding a little bit. Let's unlink it, and 80 pixel on the right, 100 on the bottom, and 80 on the left. Now let's open this pricing section, then select the carousel, and from here, make sure you selected the slide to 2 in the tablet mode. Now let's see how it looks. Publish, and refresh here. So we cannot see the tablet mode in the preview mode like this, but we can have a trick. So in anywhere in the page, right click, and you'll have this inspect option. Click it. After that, click on this responsive icon. Let's drag it down a little bit, and you will have a view in an adjustable screen like this. So as you can see, this is the desktop mode, this is laptop mode, and if we break it down to this is our tablet mode. In the tablet mode, we are just showing 2 slides per view. Okay, so it's fitting nicely. Now if we check the mobile mode, as you can see, this is automatically perfect in the mobile mode as well, which means we don't have to work in the mobile mode. Alright, so click here on this cross to close all these, and let's go back in the builder. So this is fully responsive, and we are done with our pricing section. So let's move ahead to the next section. And let's close all of these containers to have a clean view, and of course drag this custom code to the end, and let's rename this container package section. Then first let's make it direction to row, and we have this wrap, make this wrap to wrap. Let's go to the style tab and add an image as a background of this section. So let's choose an image. We have this image, select this, and then let's position it to top center and repeat to no repeat. Display size, cover. And we wanna add a background overlay to make it darker. So let's select this secondary color and make the opacity 0.7. Now let's go to the advanced and make the padding 70 pixel, 30 pixel, 86 pixel, and 30 pixel. Then inside this section, let's add a container. Let's rename this container top area. Then make this top area to full width and go to advanced tab. Then make the margin to 0 and the padding also 0. After that, inside this, if you scroll down, you will have this divider widget. Just drag it in here. Then first inside this style, select this curved. Then on this width, make this pixel, then type 400. Then make the alignment to the center, and we have this add element. Using this add element, I'm gonna add a text. Click on this T, and here you can type any text. So I'm gonna add my text, choose your plan, and we can actually barely see this text has been added here, surrounding by these nice shapes. After that, make sure you select this HTML tag to span, then go to the style, and let's make the color FFFBE6. Then the shape color will be changed. Make the shape weight 3 pixel and make the size 10 pixel and delete this amount. Then make the gap 0. Then let's open this text. Now in the text, add the same color FFFBE6. Then the text color will be changed. Then in the typography, make it secondary. Then font size 32 and line height 48. Then after this divider, let's add a heading widget. Change the text to this, then go to the style tab and first make the alignment to the center and then make the color fully white color. Then typography, select primary, then make the font size 60 pixel, font weight 500 and line height 89 pixel. Then go to the advanced tab, make the margin -5 pixel on the top, and our nice heading will be ready. And after this, right after this top area, let's add a container by clicking on this one. And let's rename this container to card. Then in this container, make sure it is full width and make this width 33.333. Go to the advanced, make this padding 80 pixel on the top, 10 pixel on the right, and 10 pixel on the left. Now inside this card, let's add a container, make this boxed, then make the width 250 pixel. Then go to the advanced tab and margin on the bottom only 25 pixel. Then make the padding 0. Alright, so after this container, let's add a heading inside this. And first change the text to save. Then let's make the alignment to the left and make the text color fully white color. Then typography, let's make it primary, then font size 30 pixel, font weight 700 and line height 44 pixel. Then go to the advanced, then make the margin -15 on the bottom. And one thing in the typography, let's make this transform to the uppercase. Alright, then after this setting, let's add another, change the text to 14%. Go to the advanced, make it center this time, and make the color, let's make the color fully transparent by dragging this slider all the way to the left. So this text is fully transparent and we cannot see this text. But we will do a really cool thing on here. Just first let's make the typography 120 pixel, then weight 700 and line height. Select this EM instead of this pixel and type 1. And now we have this text stroke. Let's use this text stroke. First of all, let's make the stroke 1 pixel and make the stroke color FFFBE6. And now this text is having a cool border effect, or you can say outline effect, but it doesn't have any initial text color. Alright, so it's looking really cool. Alright, so inside this card, after this container, let's add another container. And first of all, go to advanced, make the padding 54 on the top. And first of all, let's go to this tile, and I want to add a background. So this will be FFF-BE6. Then open this border, add the border radius 50 pixel. Then let's go to the advanced and make the padding 54 on the top. Now inside this container, let's add an image. Let's select this image. If you scroll on, you'll find this image, this badge 2. And I want to make this image position to absolute because I want to use the custom positioning for this. So for the horizontal orientation, let's make it left and 16 pixel, and vertical to top and 11 pixel. Then after this image, let's add another, and this time let's select this one, this 61 kilobyte one. And by the way, make sure this image is inside this container because it's currently outside of this container. And just drag this first image on the top like this. Oops. And select this image, which is this badge. Just drag it before this image and it will be fine. Alright, so after this image, I want to add a container. So we can just drag a container after this image and make sure this container is after this image like this, but inside this container, okay? So let's select this container, make it direction to row, justify content center, align item center, then go to the advanced tab. Let's make the margin 36 pixel on the top, then let's make the padding 0. And now inside this container, I want to add some headings. So from here, let's add it and change the text. And then let's go to style, make this color to secondary color and make the typography to 80 pixel. Then font weight 700 and line height 190 pixel. After this heading, let's add another. Make sure this heading is inside this container, these 2 of them. So let's change it to 2 per bottle. But what I want to do is I want to break the line between this per word and this bottle word exactly like this. But for that, we have to type a simple tag. Just leave some space, type less than BR greater than. And you see here, this line has been broken down to like this, okay? So this is exactly what we want. So let's go to the style and make the text color to text, and then typography, make it 30 pixel, font weight 500, and transform, keep it uppercase, and line height 30 pixel. Finally go to advanced and add 5 pixel on the left. Now after this container, I want to add more heading. Add it like this and it will be outside of this container, but make sure this is inside of this container. We can quickly drag it in like this. Nice. Now for this heading, let's change the text to this price. Then in the style, make this alignment to the left, text color, text, typography, primary, font weight 459. And one thing for this text, inside this style, from this decoration, choose this line through, and it will have a line through on this text, okay? Now let's go to the advanced tab and make the margin -12 on the top and 26 on the bottom. Now right after this heading, let's add more heading. This card is actually all about headings. Alright, so let's change the text to plus free shipping and go to the style, make it center, make the color of this accent color green, then typography secondary, make the size 24 pixel, weight 700, line height 59 pixel. Then let's make the margin 20 pixel on the bottom. Then after this heading, let's add one more heading. And after this heading, let's finally add a button. First of all, let's change the text to buy now. Then go to style tab and make these positions to stretch to cover the whole container. Then let's make the typography to 30 pixel size, 500 weight, transform uppercase, and 44 line height. Then let's make this button's radius 100. Now let's change the color, the background color, to our primary color, and on the hover, background color should be accent color. Now let's make the border radius 50 pixel and padding 18 on the top, 18 on the bottom. Alright, so we're just done creating our single card here. So this is looking like this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this whole item and make it multiple. So first of all, select this card, right click and duplicate. Duplicate again, so overall we'll have 3 of them. Alright, now first let's change all the text here. This one should be 25 pixel and this one 40. And let's make change on here. So first of all, on the first item I'm gonna delete this text. Just delete from here, we don't want it here. And for the price, let's change it to 49 and let's change this text to 99. And on this text, after this line through text, 129, and this one let's make it 149, and on this text let's make it 200. Alright, so we have just changed the text and content. Now let's quickly change the images. So on this middle one, select this image. This is showing 6 supplements, and the third one should be more. So select this image. This is showing like 6 jars. And now for the middle card, for this, select this. This is called the card. Select the card, and from the advanced, make the top margin 37 pixel. So this card will be a little bit on the top like this. After that, select this one, this first card's green text, and just delete this because we don't want to give free shipping on this one. But as you can see, these cards are not being properly aligned on the bottom, right? So because we just deleted this green text from here, so what we can do is select this text and from the advanced increase the margin like 65. And I want this card bottom part more on the top, so I'm gonna use this image and I'm gonna select this container where this text is placed, and you can see inside this margin we have some top space. We're gonna just make it 0, and after making 0, as you can see, this bottom has been on the top, okay? But I want a little bit more, so I'm gonna select this one, and from the advanced I'm gonna delete this margin, okay? So it'll be like this. Now finally let's work on this last container. So first of all, let's decrease the padding on here. Go to advanced tab and remove the top padding. So this card's bottom and this card's bottom will be the same, aligned same, okay? And this card's bottom will be little bit on the top, and also the whole card will be a little bit on the top like this. So this is how it looks overall. This is looking really nice. Alright, now it's time to make it fully responsive. So first on the tablet mode, it's perfect. In the tablet mode, it will be really simple to fix. First of all, we're gonna decrease all the font size on the texts because in this section most of the elements are the texts. So first of all, let's select this one, choose your plan. Let's make this one, open this text, 28 pixel. After that we have this. I'm gonna make this one 45, and line height, let's decrease this as well, so 60 pixel. Alright, now we have the save text. I want to make it, let's actually keep this same because it's not that big. After that we have this percent text. I want to make it 100 pixel, so it's good. Now simply just copy this and paste the style to the other ones. And now let's work on these. In the card, let's make the price text 65 pixel, and this line through text 35. Now let's just copy it and paste the style, and of course this one, let's change it to 25 and copy this and paste the style. And by the way, we don't want the bottom margin from this text, so let's just grab it and make it 0. Then let's copy this text and paste the style, copy this one, paste the style, and of course this one. Alright, but for this one, let's just bring the margin 36 back. Now it's looking really ugly, I know. So to fix this, let's select this one, this individual card, hold on, this card, and go to the layout of this card and make this to percentage and make it 50%. And then select this second card, make this 50% as well. And after making it 50%, you see this 2 card is being on same row, but this card is on the other row. So let's select this one and make this 50% as well. And finally, select this whole package section, go to the layout and make the justify content to center. After making it, you can see every card is being centered like this nicely. And if you want, you can just select this container, this card, and from the advanced, you can decrease the padding a little bit, like 50 pixel. And of course on the right 10 and on the left 10. Okay, now it's looking perfect in the tablet mode. Now let's see how it looks in the mobile. In the mobile mode, it's really easier to fix. So first of all, let's go through all this typography first. Alright, so first thing first, select this package section, and from the advanced tab, unlink the margin, unlink the padding. Then on the top 75, on the right 20, on the bottom 75, and on the left 20 pixel. And then let's go through all of these typographies. So first we'll select this, and on this text, let's make it 26. And on this, honestly, this is looking actually good already. So, but we can still make it 40 pixel. After we have this cards. So first of all, on the card, I'm gonna remove this very high padding. First unlink this, and we can make it 40 pixel. 40 pixel looks good. After that, we have all the other typography like this one, but I'm gonna keep this the same. After, these are good actually, so I'm just gonna change maybe this one. Let's make it 70 pixel. This one as well, make it 70, because everything is like in a single card, so bigger text looks good. And this one 70 as well. But we can see inside this card, we can actually decrease the padding a bit. So let's start with the first card. Close all these. This card, so this card is good. Let's work on this card. In the advanced, we can just remove all padding, and just on the top we can add 30 pixel. Same for this card. We remove, make it all 0, and 30 on the top. And by the way, in the mobile mode, we don't need so much space between elements, right? So here in the bottom, we can make it 0. After that, we have this here. This is so much padding. We can just make it 0, or maybe 20 pixel just from the bottom. So overall, our package section in the mobile mode looking perfect, and it's also fully responsive on the other devices. Alright, so we're beautifully done with this section. This is looking really, really nice. So basically what this section does, this is your supplement packages. You can set up your different supplement amounts with each of the cards. It'll maybe have different prices, different features, like here we have this free shipping, but this doesn't have. And here it's saying save this much, save this much. So basically this is also a variation in terms of the quantity. This was for the flavor, and this one is for the quantity. For the single jar, you have to pay less, and for the higher amount of jar, you have to pay higher. But one thing here, with the single package, you can save 14%, but with the higher quantity of package, you can save up to 40%. So overall, this package will be the best, or this plan will be the best for the buyers, okay? And again, you can link this button to your Amazon account or your own e-commerce website, okay? All right, so let's go back and let's move ahead to the next section. So let's take a container and close all this previous section to make it look cleaner. So let's rename this one reviews section and drag it off. Then first keep it the content width box, then in the width type 1030 pixel. After that, make this direction to column and go to the advanced tab. Then let's make the padding 99 on the top, 30 90, and 30 pixel. After that, let's go to the Style tab and let's select a background color for this container. But instead of selecting this classic background, I want to select this gradient. Using this gradient, we can add multiple color in a container or an element. So as you can see, this is color 1 and this is second color. So on the first color, let's make it 00712D. We'll have this color, and on the second color, make it 00D756. Alright, it will be like this. Now on this angle, make it 300 degree, and we'll have this nice gradient color. But after this gradient color, I want to add a background image for it as well. So let's use this background overlay to add an image. So let's select classic, choose the image. So for this one, if you scroll down, you will find this image. This is called pattern 4. So select that. You cannot see this because this is a really texture type of image. So after selecting, you can notice this one. After that, let's make it the position center, then repeat, no repeat, display size, cover, and opacity, make it 1. After that, inside this previews, let's add a carousel. Add this one again here. And this time on this carousel, I want to make the display slides to 1 because I want to show one slide per view. Then let's straight up go to this Style tab and make the gap 10 pixel. And let's open this navigation. Let's make the size 30 pixel. And the color, let's make it primary color. Then on this hover, of course, let's make it accent color. After, let's make the border radius 100 and padding 15 pixel, and then keep this position inside. Alright, after this, inside this carousel, we have these sliders. So first of all, actually from this carousel, I want to delete all of these except for the first one. So let's select the first one. And on the first slide, let's go to advanced and make this padding 75 pixel on the top. And then inside this slide, let's add a container. Make this min height to 91 pixel, and then justify content center. Then go to the Style tab and make the background color FFFBE6. And I want to add a border radius to make it round. 40 pixel is looking good. After that, let's make the padding 20 on the right, 36 on the bottom, and 20 on the left. After that, let's insert an image here and select the image. So this image will be a person image. This one, select this. Then go to the Style tab and select pixel on the width, make it 140 pixel. Then make the height same 140 pixel. Then make this object fit to cover, and then position center. So doesn't matter how big is this image will cover the whole object. Okay, after that, let's make this border to solid and border width 10 pixel, and we'll have a 10 pixel border around this image. But let's change the color to our accent color, and of course let's make the border radius fully round, so 100 pixel. Then finally, let's go to the advanced tab and on the margin, add minus 85 on the top. Alright, so after this image, let's add another image. Change the image, and you'll find this quotation image. Select this, and I want to custom position this image. So let's make it absolute, horizontal to left, offset to 56, vertical to top, offset minus 38 pixel. And it will be nicely placed here. Then after this image, let's add a heading widget. Make sure you add it right after this image. So let's drag it like this, okay? And change the text. And this is your reviewer's name, like this person's name. Let's go to the Style and align this to the center and make the color our secondary color, okay? Then make the typography secondary as well. Then font size 18 pixel. Then make the weight 700 and line height 27. Then go to the advanced and make the margin 5 pixel from the top and 3 pixel from the bottom. Then after this heading, let's add another. Change the text and make it centered. then color should be the same secondary, and typography, let's make it, first of all select this secondary so it gets the Poppins font, and then let's make the size 14 pixel, then weight, let's make it 300 which is light, the line height 21 pixel, and in the margin let's add 21 pixel from the bottom. Alright, after this let's add a text editor and change the text. After go to style and make it center, then color the same secondary and secondary font, then size 18 pixel, weight 300, and line height 27 pixel, and go to advanced, then select this width to custom, and on the custom width make it pixel, then make it 820 pixel, then make the align self to center. And now after this text editor, I'm gonna add a widget, this spacer widget here, and the spacer space will be 303 pixel. I know this is a lot, but we'll just make it custom positioning. Okay, so in the spacer, go to the advanced, make this width to custom, and make it 92 pixel. Then make the align self to center, then make it position absolute. Horizontal orientation to left, then vertical to bottom, and offset minus 18 pixel. Then let's scroll down and open this background drop down inside this advanced tab. So in here I want to add a background. Background should be FFFBE6, then 4D. It will have a semi-transparent color. Then open this border, and inside the border I just want to use this border radius 40 pixel. Alright, so this is currently looking like this, but one thing, in the layout make this Z index -1, but we still cannot see anything. So I think we have to select this slide, and under this advanced tab on the padding we have this 75, but on the bottom we have to type 50 pixel, and here you can see this spacer has been shown like this. So it's looking like this, but if you scroll down and make this horizontal orientation, like if you delete this value, it will be like on the center. Okay, then after this spacer I want to duplicate this, want another, and for this one I'm gonna make it 80%. After that, make this vertical orientation to -38 pixel, and this will be down here, and on this Z index make it -2, and it will be looking like this, looking really nice. But one thing we're missing is we have to make these arrows look a little bit more stylish. So let's select this carousel, and first of all the navigation, instead of this default arrow, let's select our own arrows. So for the previous one, this one, and make the horizontal orientation to start and position -30 pixel, and vertical keep it center, and position make it 50 pixel, and do the same with the next arrow. Just select this right faced arrow and make this position the same -30 pixel and 50 pixel here. Alright, after that let's open this pagination and make this dot to none. And finally we have the slides. I want to duplicate the slides, so we're having two slides, but for this second slide I'd like to just change the image. So let's open the image here. I'm gonna change it to this one, and if you want you can just change the text of the person for the different slides. Okay, now let's publish this page and look, and here we can see we're having the slider nicely, but these arrows are looking a bit weird. So let's come back and try to fix it. So first of all, maybe select this carousel, and in the style we have this navigation options, and yes, this background type should be here. So in the background type, let's make this background type this primary color and this arrow color white color. It was a mistake. And on the hover, make the arrow color white color and the background type background color this accent color. So now we can see the arrows properly. Alright, now let's publish this, and let's see how it looks in the front-end website. Just refresh, and here it is looking really perfect. So basically you can put your user reviews with the sliders, Of course, you can put so many of them, but I just showed you adding 2 of them, okay? Alright, now let's go back and we have to make this fully responsive. So in the tablet mode, in the laptop mode, it's looking really nice. No work needed. But in the tablet mode, it's still perfect, but if we select this review section, we can just decrease the padding a bit. Increase the padding, because you can see this arrow is touching the walls on the screen. So let's unlink it. On the top it was 99, but on the right, instead of 30, let's make it 40. And on the bottom, still 99, and on the left, 40. So you see the arrows are not touching the wall right now. And of course here we can see this image has been cutting. So if we select this, let's select this slide, and we can use some margin to fix this cut. So unlink the margin on the top, maybe add 10 pixel, and yes, it will fix that. And do the same for the second slide as well. Just add 10 pixel on the top, okay? After that, let's go to the mobile mode. In the mobile, let's fix it. First of all, let's select the review section and unlink the padding, then 75, 20, 120 on the bottom, and 20 pixel. And there is a reason behind putting 125 here and leaving some space. I want these arrows on the mobile mode to be right here instead of here, okay? But let's do it step by step. First, select the carousel, the slide inside, and in the slide we have some padding, but instead of this, I want to make it 100 on the top and 100 on the bottom. Then let's select this image, this quotation, and we have to make it smaller. So first, make this weight to 120, 260, and let's align this. Let's use this horizontal to 15 and vertical to minus 20 pixel. It will be right here. Then select this image. Let's make this 120 width, 120 height. Right, now finally everything is good. Just grab this paragraph and let's make the text to 16 pixel. And finally in the carousel, let's align these icons. So open the navigation. First here, make it minus 35, but horizontal should be on the center and vertical should be on the end, okay? Do the same here, minus 35, horizontal center, vertical end, and it is now looking perfect. So in the mobile mode, our arrow is like this. And by the way, I have missed one thing. I wanted to add an image here, right here, to fill up some space. So first of all, let's quickly add it. So after all these, even after carousel, let's just add an image here, okay? Then change the image. You scroll down, you'll find this one. This is called testimonial shape or something. Then select this and let's reposition it using position absolute. Make the horizontal to left, delete the offset, then vertical to top. It will be right here, but I want a simple effect on this, exactly like this leaf effect we're having on this banner, right? So just simply we can copy this tile from here, floating, and add it here. And as you know, this class works everywhere you put in. Alright, so it is looking really nice on this section. So our review section is complete. Great. Now let's move ahead to the next section. Alright, so let's take a new container, and I'm gonna rename this container reference section. Then let's make this custom code down here. Alright, so let's work on this reference section. So make sure you make this boxed. After that, make this direction to row and make the wrap to wrap. Now let's go to the style tab, and I want to add a background image for this section. So let's select an image. If you scroll down, you'll find this image. This is called splitlip.png. Select this. After that, make this position to custom, and this X position and Y position will come up. First on the X position, make it 50 pixel, and on the Y position, make minus 480 pixel. Then make the repeat, no repeat, and inside the display size, if you select this custom, you'll have this width option. So make it pixel and make it 1200, and then go to the advanced tab, then make the padding 88 pixel, 30 pixel, 165 pixel, and 30 pixel. Alright, so after that, inside this container, let's add another container and make it full width. Then let's make the margin 50 pixel on the bottom and on the padding 0. Then inside this container, let's add a divider widget. And first of all, let's select the style as carved, and on this width, let's make it 400 pixel. Then I want to add the text using this add element option. So click on this T, and in here we can just type our text. I'm just going to type reference, and let's make this alignment to the center. Now let's go to style tab, and let's make the color our accent color, and the shape color is changed. Now make the shape weight 3 pixel and shape size 10 pixel, and then gap make it 0. After that, open this text. So for this color, let's make it accent again, and for the typography, let's make it secondary, and font size 32, font weight 400, and line height 48. After that, go to advanced, and on the bottom, minus 10 pixel margin. Alright, after that, I want a heading widget, and let's change the text to this. Then let's go to the style tab and make this align to the center, and color, I want to make it our secondary color. After that, let's make it primary, the typography, and font size 60 pixel, then font weight 500, and let's make this transform to uppercase, and finally the line height 89 pixel. Now let's go to the advanced tab. Now let's make the margin 10 pixel on the bottom. Alright, so after this, let's add a heading widget right here. Change the text, and then in the style tab, make it align center. Then I have to make this text color, and for this text color, this is automatically selected as text, which is good. But on the typography, when you want the secondary, then just on here, size 60 pixel, weight 400, and line height 24 pixel. Then go to the advanced and make the width custom, and on the custom width, let's make it 820. Then finally, let's make this align to the center. Alright, so after this, let's add a container right after this container. So I'm gonna right click and add here. So on this container, first of all, I'm gonna make the width 50%. Then I'm gonna make the padding 10 pixel from the right side. And here inside this container, let's add a icon list widget. And first, I'm going to delete all of these except the first one, and I'm going to remove this icon and change this text to this text. But I'm going to do a thing here. I want this one text, like 1 point text, bold. So first of all, I'm going to select this 0, 1 dot and cut it. Then I'm going to add a simple tag, which is less than, b, greater than. Then put the number back, then close it with less than / b greater than. And you see, only this 0, 1 dot text is bold and rest of the text is normal. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this text and just simply change it. So for the second one, I'm going to paste this, and for the third one, I'm going to paste this one. Okay. And let's go to the style tab. First of all, let's make this space between 30 pixel, and then let's open the text. First, in the typography, select the secondary and make the font size 18 pixel, font weight 400, and after that we have this color. In the color, just make it secondary. Okay, so this is it. Now what I'm going to do is select this container that has the icon box and duplicate that. And another container will be on the right side, and just we have to change the content for the right side. So this one will be this text, then this one, this text, and the last one will be this. Alright, so this is basically done, but one thing I can see, let's select this reference section. We have to adjust this image a little bit. So here on the Y position, this will be simply minus 480 pixel, and this nice background image will be here, giving this section some depth. Okay, so after that, we are basically done with this section. So first check it on the laptop mode, it is perfect, but in the tablet mode, we can just change the text size a bit. Like for this one, we can make this text size to 28 pixel. Then this big text, we can make it 43, and also the line height, we can make it less, like 60 pixel is looking good. After, if you want, you can change these icon boxes, like icon list text size, like we can make it 17 pixel, and just copy this and paste it here, the style. Okay, so in the tablet mode, this is looking really perfect. And one thing we can do is, you see these background images being like this, but we can change it for the tablet mode. We can make it look better. So just here, make this X position 50% and Y position minus 370 pixel. And lastly, this width, make it 900 pixel. And this image will be nicely like this. Okay. Alright, so this is perfect on the tablet mode. Now let's check the mobile mode. In here, work is really simple. Just let's start from the reference section. From the advanced, we can just decrease the padding on the right and left. So it will be 88 pixel on the top, 20 pixel on the right, 165 pixel on the bottom, and 20 pixel on the left. Okay, and we can just change the typography. This reference, let's make it 26 pixel. Then this one, let's make it 40 pixel, and line height 50 pixel, and we have this paragraph. And now we can actually make this custom width to full width, and let's go to this style and make the paragraph font size to 14 pixel. And if you want, you can grab this container and decrease the margin from the bottom, like unlink it first. 30 pixel will be good. And these texts are already looking good, so it's done. By the way, we can readjust the background image once more for the mobile. So from the style, we can make the X position 50% and Y position minus 350, and width we can make it 200 pixel, and finally this width we can make it 600 pixel, and this is looking nice. So this section is basically a roadmap to the sources you have used when putting many information on your website. They can help readers find the original sources of the information you included. So for example, if we scroll up here, we have added some statement here, right? And with this, you are claiming something. So if your readers want to see the source of it, they can just read it from here. Alright, so this is the concept of this section. Okay, so this section is basically complete with all the responsive. So after this section, let's add another simple section. I'm gonna make one simple section just for the images. So let's take a container, but of course let's click on this plus and drag a container here. I'm gonna just rename this one images section. This will be really simple, just one or two images. So first let's make it direction to column and go to the advanced and make the Z index 2. Then open this responsive, and on the mobile, turn this off. I mean hide this, okay? Alright, so after this, let's add an image widget. Select the image. I'm gonna select this image, and let's position this image. So first let's make it position absolute and horizontal left, offset 0, vertical top, offset minus 70 pixel. Then I want to add another image, so we can just duplicate this, then change this image. If you scroll down, you will find this image. This is called footer shape 3. Select this and let's position this one. This one will be horizontal to right, horizontal offset minus 15, then vertical to top and offset to -70. Okay, and for this one, just on the tablet mode, for the second image, just make this vertical offset -45 pixel, and that's it for this section. Close it. So basically this section will support our footer section. It will make it look good. So now basically we are done creating our all sections in our homepage except the header and the footer. So I'm gonna complete the footer first, then we're gonna make our header section, which is our first section, but we are making this at the end. But it will make sense, you'll know that. Alright, so let's start making our footer section. Now let's go ahead and add a container, and this will be of course the footer. Now let's make the direction column, and then let's go to the style, and I'm gonna add a background color here. So for the color, simply I'm gonna choose it the accent color, and from here if you scroll down you'll find this shape divider. Open this, and I'm gonna use this for the first time in this video. So first in the type, select this curve option, then some options will come up here. Then on this color, let's make it FFFBE6. Then we have this height, let's make the height 50 pixel. So apparently you cannot see anything, but when you start to add element inside this footer section, this thing will be visible slowly. Okay, so first let's go to the advanced tab and make the padding 20 pixel on the right and 20 pixel on the left. Now scroll down and make the z index 1. Alright, now in this footer section, let's take a container. Then let's make this container full width, then go to the advanced, make the margin 36 pixel on the bottom and make the padding all 0. Then inside this, let's add an icon. And let's change the icon, click on this icon library. From here, if you search up, you'll find this arrow. This is called chevron up. Select this and insert. Now from this view, select this is tagged. And on this link field, I'm gonna type #top. And I'm gonna tell you later why I'm typing this #top here. So now let's go to the style tab. Keep the alignment center here. Then we have this primary color. Let's make it the accent color. And the hover color, let's make it primary color. Okay. Then we have the secondary color. In here, let's make the color FFFBE6. So this is basically the icon color. After that, we have this size. In the size, make it 30 pixel. And then padding 15 pixel. Then let's go to the advanced tab and unlink the padding. Then on the top, 12 pixel. On the right, 12 pixel. Then 6 pixel and 12 pixel. And then let's make this align self center. Then just scroll down and open this border. In the border, let's make it solid. Then border width, let's make it 1 pixel. Then border color, let's make this accent color. And after this border, I want to add the background color as well. And let's make this border radius 100 to make it fully round. And after this border, I want to add the background color as well. So in the classic, let's put the color FFFBE6. And this will have this kind of color. Now at this point, let's publish our page, then refresh our page. And after refreshing, now if we check the footer, you see this background is nicely bended. So this effect is achieved by the shape divider option in our style tab. In here, we have just added this color and carved this background to make it really stylized like this. Alright, so this is looking really nice now, and our footer is being really unique. So let's continue our design. After this container, let's add another container and make this direction to row. Then justify, make it space between, then alignment center. After that, just make the padding 0. And in this container, let's add a icon list. And in the icon list, let's make it inline first, then delete all these options. And on the first one, change the text, product, and by the way, let's remove the icon. Alright, so let's add more items. Let's duplicate this and change the text. Contact and pricing plan. So these are some basic links. If you have those inner pages, you can just put the link in this page. you can just leave the link of that page in here. Okay, now let's style it. So first let's go to the style, make the list 40 pixel, then open the text. First let's make the typography to secondary and font size 16, then font weight 500 and line height 24 pixel. And then we have this color I want to make it fully white like this. Now let's go to the advanced tab and I'm gonna make this custom width, and on this width let's make it 33.333%. Then after this icon list, I want to add our image widget. Add it right after this. Then let's select the image, and this image will be our footer logo. So if you scroll down, you'll find this one. This is logo 2 and it will be right here. But go to the advanced tab and make it custom width, then do the same 33.333%. And then after this logo, let's add a social icon widget. So just search social and you'll find this social icons. Just add it after the logo. Oops, we have to add it right after the logo. Make it exactly like this. Icon list, image, then social icons. Then in the social icons, I want to keep this Facebook, Twitter, then I want to add Instagram. So instead of this YouTube, search Instagram in this icon. And finally, I want to add LinkedIn. Just search LinkedIn and you'll find this one. Actually, I don't want to use this one. Just click on this all icon and you'll see all the icon for this LinkedIn. So select this one, this backgroundless one. And also for the Facebook, I want to select the single F. So just click on this all icons and select this Facebook. Alright, looks nice. Okay, then make sure you make this shape rounded. Then make the alignment to the right. Now let's go to Style tab. And first select the color to this custom, and on this primary color, make it fully transparent, and all the background from the icon will be gone and only icon will be here. And for the secondary color, keep it just white, and the size, let's make it 20 pixel. Then make the padding 0, spacing I want to make it 40 pixel, and keep this rows gap 0. And finally go to the advanced tab, make the width custom and put 33.333. Basically all the items are having 33% width, so altogether they are using 100% width of this container, right? Okay, so after this container, let's add another container. Let's make it direction to row and justify content space between again. Then let's go to the style tab and let's add some border on this container. So let's make the border type to solid and unlink this border width and add 1 pixel on the top. Then border color, let's make it fully white. So basically this container is adding border on the top, separating the other items with it. Okay, now let's go to the advanced tab and make the padding 70 pixel on the top, 27 pixel on the bottom. Then let's add a heading widget inside this. Change the text to my text. So this is basically a copyright text. You get to see it on every site's footer. So you can change it to anything, but this is my text. Now let's style this one. Go to style and make this left. I mean keep this left. Then make the text color fully white and typography secondary, and then font size 16 pixel. Then font weight 400, and this will be like this. And after this text, let's add an icon widget. I mean icon list widget. And make sure you add the icon widget right after this text. So let me just bring it up quickly. Alright, so make it like this. First heading, then icon list in this container. Now let's go to the icon list and style this. But first let's remove the extra items and change the title to this and remove this icon and just duplicate this and change this text. So terms and services and privacy policy pages link. So if you have the page where you create the privacy policy or terms and condition page, you can just link them in here, okay? By the way, this will be terms and services, okay? And of course, let's make this layout inline to align it in a row. Now let's go to this style and make the space between 40 pixel. Then open the text, make the typography secondary and font size 16 pixel. Then font weight 400 and make the color fully white. Alright, so this is looking good. Now I'm gonna add a final element in our footer section that will be a heading, but I want to add this heading after all of this container inside the footer section. So we can just add it here and it will be outside of every container. Now let's change the text. Let's make it this: be strong, be muscle up. But I want to break the line. So after the be strong, let's add the br tag. Just type less than br, then greater than, and the line will be broken. Now let's go to this style and make this align to the center and make the text color. This time I want to add the color manually. So here 0D7836. It will make it a green type of color, causing this to blend with the background. Then let's make the typography. First select the primary, then let's make this 160 pixel font size, then font weight 600, and the transform, let's make it uppercase, and then line height, make it 180 pixel. So this text will become really big. I want to add a stroke color in the text. So in the stroke, make the width 2 pixel, and on this stroke color, let's make it 016 C2C, and it will give a green color but a little bit darker, making a strong outline. Now let's go to advanced tab, and I want to make it position absolute because this is taking so much space. So when I make it position absolute, it will take no space for itself. Then let's position it to horizontal left offset 0, vertical bottom offset minus 20 pixel. Then make the z index -1, so it will become more backward. And one last thing, let's make this width to full width, so it will be centered. And as you can see, after adding this text, because this text is giant, this is not fitting inside the footer section. So I'm gonna use really simple yet creative solution for that. Just select this footer section, and from the layout, if you scroll down, you'll find this additional options. Inside this, you'll find this overflow, and make the overflow hidden. And everything going outside of this footer will be nicely hidden. So this text is looking more creative and the problem is also fixed. Perfect. Now our overall footer section is looking really amazing with all the necessary informations. We have this logo, we have this social links. You can put your own social media links within these icons. Then we have some copyright text, and lastly the terms and service, then privacy policy. And only thing we left to make this footer fully responsive. And in the laptop mode, this is already looking perfect. So let's go to the tablet mode. So solution for the tablet mode will be really simple. Just select each of the items like this icon list, image and social icons, and instead of this custom width, make it full width. And select this image, instead of this 33 custom width, full width, and the last one, make it full width. After making it full width, grab this container, then from the layout, make it direction column, and it will be aligned in a column. Now make it justify on its center and align items center. Then select the individual items again, and from its style tab, we can make it alignment center, and of course this image, make the alignment center, and finally the social icons. Every one of them has some alignment option. So for the social icon, it is in the content, in the alignment, make it center, right? And I feel like this image is too big for the tablet mode, so select this logo image, and we can just make it, select the pixel property in the width and 250 pixel. Do one more thing, just go to the advanced tab, and on the padding, on the top 10 pixel and on the bottom 10 pixel, and this will separate the item in between. Okay, then let's select this container, this bottom container, And first let's make this margin. So this one is pushing the other containers on the top, and keep the padding as it is. After that, from the layout, let's make this direction to column, and everything will be aligned in a column. Now first let's select this text and make it alignment to the center using this style tab. And on this text, let's add some margin on the bottom, like 15 pixel is looking good. Now let's select this text and make this alignment center as well. And overall this is looking actually good in the tablet mode, but I'd like to add some more margin on the bottom here, like 20 pixel, and 20 pixel is looking really nice. Now let's check the mobile mode. And one more thing here, let's select this outer heading which is in the background. We can just decrease the font size of this one, like 120 pixel, and line height 160 pixel. Oh, and make sure select this pixel property and 160 pixel. Okay, this is looking nice. Now the tablet mode is perfectly done. Now let's check the mobile mode. And in here, these images are not necessary, so I'm gonna select individual images and go to this responsive and turn off or toggle this hide on, so these images will be hidden in the mobile mode. So just select these from the responsive, turn on this hide on mobile portrait. Alright, looking good. And here actually everything is almost perfect, but we can select this copyright text and make it maybe 14 pixel and increase the line height a little bit, like select the pixel, make it 20 pixel. And in the mobile mode, we don't need this so much margin on the bottom, so we can just make it less, like 10 pixel. And let's select this text, I mean this icon list, and decrease the font size from 16 to 14 pixel. And we can select this one as well, this icon list, and make this text size 14 pixel. And everything's looking nice, but still this heading we have to make it a little bit smaller, so we can make it 80 pixel, and line height we can make it maybe 120 pixel. And overall the mobile mode is looking really nice. So our footer section is 100% responsive. And now finally we'll be making our header section. So let's scroll all the way to the top, and before this banner section, let's add some space here like this, and let's take a container and rename this one header section, of course. And let's make this direction to row, then go to the advanced and make the padding 20, 30, 6, 30 pixel. Then scroll down a little bit and you'll find this CSS ID. In the CSS ID, I'm gonna put hash top, and I'll tell you why. If you scroll down all the way to the end on the footer and click on this button, so to see that, let's publish our homepage. And if we go to our frontend website and refresh, and let's go to the footer, and whenever you click on this button, it will take you all the way to the up on this header. Although there is no header right now because we did not add anything inside, but after putting the CSS ID on this header, that button is taking us all the way to the header. So that's great and useful. So let's make our header complete. So inside this header section, let's add a container. Then let's make this direction to column vertical and make the padding all 0. Then inside, let's add an image widget, and inside this image widget we will upload our logo. So if you scroll down, you will find the main logo of our website. This is logo 1. Alright, so in the logos link here, we can select this custom URL. Then if you click on this dynamic tags, you'll find this. You'll find the site URL. Just select this. So the site title is the link for your default homepage. So whenever you click on this logo, it will take you always into your homepage. Alright, so after this image, and actually even after this container, let's add a container. And by the way, let me just quickly close this banner section. Alright, so in this second container, let's make the container width 66.66%. Then make the direction to row, and justify content, make it end. and align items center. Then go to the advanced, make the padding 0. Then make the size to grow. When you make the size grow, this container will try to grab all the space it can. And by the way, let's select this logo, and from this style tab we can make it aligned to the left to make it like this. Okay, alright, so let's go back to our second container. So in the second container, I'm gonna add a widget. This is called, just search menu, and you will find this WordPress menu. Just drag it here. So the thing is, we don't have any menu created. Like in the menu, there will be home, about, services, and all the basic links. But we have to create our menu from our WordPress dashboard in order to show it in our header perfectly. Okay, so first let's publish this whole home page, and then let's go back to our dashboard. Just click on this Elementor logo and click on this exit to WordPress. I'm just gonna open this on a new tab so we don't really exit from this page builder. So in the dashboard, if you hover over this appearance, you'll find this menus. Just click it, and on the menu name here, let's rename our menu main menu. Okay, after that, check this header, then click this create menu. So the menu has been created. Now we have to add the links in this menu. So on the left side here, we can see in the most recent, there is the home link, because we have created the home page. So this is showing the home. So I'm gonna check this like this and click on this add to menu. Then the home will be added right here. After that, we have to make more links like about, services, and other basic sections, but we don't have those pages right now. We had the home page here, so this is showing home page, but we don't have those pages. So in this case, we have to create custom links. So if you click on this custom links, here on the link text, first let's make a link which is called features, and then on this URL, we have to put the link of this section or page. So since we don't have the page, we have to put the link of this section. But the question is how we can add a link on the sections. So for example, this is the features section, right? So let's just go to our Elementor page builder, and from here if you scroll down, so basically we have this section, we have named this about section, but we can call this one features section as well. So just select this about section and go to the advanced tab, and under the CSS ID just type hash about, then copy this about ID, then go back to creating menus, and then on this URL just paste the code. After pasting, just add it to menu, and this features will be added as a custom link after this home. Okay, now after that, what we have this ingredients section, right? So in the ingredients section, let's make an ID like hash ingredient, and copy this, go to the menus, add the URL here, and add the name ingredient. Okay, and add it to menu. Alright, so let's add more custom links. So here we can add a gallery, and we can just link the gallery to this one maybe. So we call this experience section, but we can make it ID hash gallery. Copy this, add it to the URL, and add the menu. After that, we have this pricing section. So let's make a pricing link, and in the pricing section we can add the ID hash pricing and add it to the menu as well, like this. But actually I don't want to rename this pricing, I want to name it like price. Okay, so you can just edit any link like this. So after, we can add a text for reference, and we have the reference section as well. So this is our reference section. So in this, just let's add the ID reference and copy this, and here. After, what we can add, we can actually add a contact link, and as an URL because we don't have any contact section, we can just link the footer, because in the footer we have some contact details like social media. So let's grab the footer, and from the advanced, let's make it hash contact and add it to here. Okay, so this is how our main menu looks like. Now let's save the menu. And now if we come back to our home page, then publish this page, and after publishing we have to refresh our home page. And right after refreshing, as you can see, all our menu has been loaded right here. So let's select this WordPress menu and let's tweak the text a little bit. So first, go to the style of it and make the typography secondary. Then let's make the font size 16 pixel. Font weight, make it 600. Then line height 24 pixel. Then let's keep the text color to the secondary. And if we click on this hover, we can see this is having this hover effect, green, but with that it has a pointer color. So in the pointer color, I want to make it fully transparent because I don't want any underline or extra shape with these links. Okay. And also in the active color, in the text, let's make it accent. So whichever link is the active one, it will be green color, like it will stay green. Okay. All right. So here, let's make this horizontal padding 0, then vertical padding 0, and then this space between, make it 30 pixel. After that, you'll find this toggle button. Go here and make this color our secondary color. Then this background, let's make it fully transparent. So this toggle button is for the responsive mode of this WordPress menu. So for example, if we go to the tablet mode, this WordPress menu is automatically turning into this hamburger icon. So this toggle button is for that. And by the way, we'll do the responsive mode later. I just wanted to give you an example. And so after this WordPress menu, basically this WordPress menu is done for this desktop mode. So after this, let's add a button like right after this WordPress menu, but in the same container. So let's drag it in. All right, like this. Now let's change the text to order now. So on this order now, we can just link our pricing page. So when you click on this button, it will take you nicely on this pricing section. Okay. So now let's go to the style tab to style our button. First of all, let's make this position to right, and typography, make it secondary, and font size 14 pixel, font weight 600, then line height 21, and then color, text color, I want to make it FFFBE6, and the background color I want to make it primary. But on the hover, of course, this will be accent. All right. After that, let's add border radius 100, and then padding, let's make it 9, 22, 10 pixel, and 23 pixel. Then let's go to the advanced tab and make the margin 27 pixel on the left. And this is becoming like this because it doesn't have enough space, so we can fix it by doing a trick here. So close this container, second container, and select this first container. So in the first container, select this width value to this custom, and on this field just type max width. After making it max width, you can see this whole container is only taking the space it needs. It's not taking more or less, just the right amount of space, and our other element is being fixed at the same time. Alright, so in the desktop mode, our header is ready and it's looking really nice and professional. Now let's make it fully responsive. So in the laptop mode, this is being messed up. So what we can do is, so we can just select this WordPress menu, and from the style, we can simply decrease the gap a little bit, like 25 pixel, and this will be perfect. Then let's go to the tablet mode. So from the tablet mode, our menu list is being hidden, and instead of that, this hamburger icon is being showed. So now I'm gonna go to the content, and if you scroll down, you'll find this toggle align. Make it right to make it align on the right side nicely. Then go to this advanced tab and make the align self to the end, and it will be again centered with this button like this. Okay, now this is looking perfect in the tablet mode. Now let's check on the mobile mode. So in the mobile mode, we'll hide this button from the header. Okay, so select the button in the advanced. In the responsive, just hide it on the mobile. It'll be hidden. And then just select the second container, and from the layout, make the width percentage and make it 20%. Then after making it 20%, just select this header section, and from the advanced, let's decrease the padding. First unlink all the padding, then link it again and type 20 pixel on all side, then unlink it, and just from the bottom make it 6 pixel. After that, select this first container, and on the mobile mode it has been reset, but in the desktop mode we have made it max width, but in the mobile mode that is gone by default. So we can just make it again max width, and this will be shrink like this, and both the logo and the hamburger icon will be placed in our row nicely. Okay, by the way, I want to do one thing. Let's go to the tablet mode and select this hamburger menu, and from this content make this full width, and after making it full width we can see this is aligning like this, but from here if we remove this it will be center again, so we don't have to add align self. Okay, and then go to the style tab. In the style we have worked on this main menu, then on this toggle button, but let's now work on this drop down. So first in the drop downs background color, I'm gonna add FFFBE6. Then let's make the typography secondary, and font size 16 pixel, and font weight 500. So basically we are designing this for the drop down, like when you click on this link it will show you a drop down with the links we had on this desktop. So after this typography I want to add a border as well, so select the solid and I'll link it, then just on the bottom 1 pixel. Then let's make a semi-transparent color. First make it 000 000 and 30 like this. And one thing in the hover, I want this text color to accent color, and make this background color fully transparent. So actually we cannot see what is happening right now because maybe it's a glitch. We cannot open this in the build mode, but when we publish this and open it in our preview mode, then refresh the page, then the way to check the responsive is simple. Just click on this, right click anywhere in the page, click on this inspect, come to a screen size like this. So if we click on this now, you can see this is showing the links nicely in this mode. So in the desktop mode the links will be shown like this, and the mobile mode it will be like this, toggleable links. Okay, so let's come back here, and one thing here, I want to make this horizontal padding 30 pixel here, and want to make this distance 20 pixel. Like distance means, you see this doesn't have any distance between this logo and the link, so I had this distance 20 pixel. Okay, now let's publish this and check it again. Refresh the page. Now if we open, you can see it has some nice distance and all the link is being shown nicely. Alright, so finally our header section is perfectly done with 100% responsiveness, and it is looking really nice. And now let's go to our front end website and see how it works. Like we have all these links. If we click on these features, it's supposed to take us to the individual page, but it's not right now. So we have to figure it out. So let's select this about section, and in here we have this about. Okay, so in the CSS ID we have to actually remove the hash. We don't have to keep the hash. Okay, so let's do the same for the other sections. So in the ingredients, just keep the ingredient, not the hash. And then we have this pricing. Delete the hash. I mean, keep the hash on the menu buttons, but not here. Alright, so this one, reference, and lastly in the footer. Right now, if we publish this, and by the way, one more thing, with this button we have the ID of the top, so in our header section as well, maybe you have put the hash. Yeah, we should remove the hash, just keep the top and then publish. Now let's refresh our home page. Now if we click on any link, for example this features, it is nicely, smoothly taking us to that feature section. And this ingredient section is taking there, and the price is taking us to here. Then reference is for the reference section, and finally this contact is taking us all the way to the end. And now if we click on this button on this footer, it is nicely taking us to the header section. Great. Alright, so basically we have done with all the section in our home page, starting from the header to footer. Now lastly, I'm gonna show you how you can make a logo like this just by using a free online tool. So let's just go to the Google and search logo maker. Then here if you scroll down, you'll find this logo maker. The spelling is like logomakr.com. Go to this link, and from here click on this start my design, and from here click on this create a new design. And this is our logo making canvas. So first of all, from the left side, I'm gonna take a text. Then here, let's type our logo name, muscle up. After that, I want to change the font style of this. So first click on this font category. In here, we have a couple of options. Select the first one, designer picks. After that, we have this font family options. In here, we have so many options. Although we don't have all the fonts, but we have to select a font that is close to this one. So in here, if we just look for it, I think this font is looking like this. This is called F Jella +1. If we select this, this is actually looking really close to our own logo. And now I'm gonna add color on this logo. So in our logo, this is a multicolor logo. First muscle is green color, and then up is orange type of color. So there's a trick to do it. First of all, select this up and cut this. Keep it muscle only. Then select this muscle, click on this options, then click on this duplicate. So we'll have two logos, like two text, and double click on the second text and paste the up text, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this resize and resize it, like I'm just gonna make it really compact, and then I'm gonna put it right after this, like this, okay? Now we simply can add two colors on the two text, right? So this was the simple trick. So let's select this first text, then click on this styles, and you will have so many options. From here, just select this fill, and let's add our green color. So I want the exact green color from our logo. So that is, we can just type it here, 00712D, and it will have this nice green color. After that, select this up text and go to the style and click the fill, and this time this should be the orange color, which is FF9100, and we get this nice orange color, okay? Now our logo is matching our logo color perfectly, but one more thing we want is this nice icon here. So to add icon or graphics, you can just click on this graphics area, and here you'll find so many graphics, and also you can search for any graphics. So we can just type bodybuilding and enter, and we have to look for a similar icon of this, okay? So here, if you cannot find any similar icon of this, we can at least use a good one, okay? Like we can use this one, and this icon is representing muscle growth, right? So to fit it with this text, we can just resize it. And one thing here, this image should be flipped, right? So we can just drag here and flip it like this. And I'm just gonna resize it nicely and try to fit it with this logo. And also we can change the color for this icon. So to change this icon color, you can click on this change color, and this field will come up here. So we can change the color. but I'm just gonna type the code to make it exactly this green color. Okay, so our code was 00712D. All right, so actually this is looking nice. I'm just gonna resize it a little bit more. Okay, and I think our logo is looking good enough. So now to save this logo, you have to click on this save. Then here we have this download option, just click it here. And here we have to put our email address. So I'm just putting my email and click on this accept, then click on this send file to email. And now let's go to our email and check if they have sent the email. And here in our email, if you scroll down, you'll find this download free file. Just click on it and this logo will be in a separate page like this. Just here, right click and save this image as any file name you want. So I'm just gonna rename this free logo and save it in our device. And as you can see, this is our own made logo, looking really nice. Now let's go back to our page builder, and I believe you already know how to change the logo or change any image. So let's just click on this change image, and in our assets we have saved this logo. We can just upload it in our media, and we can just select this, and here our logo is loaded that we have just made using free online tool. Okay, and of course you can resize this logo to any size using this width option. Alright, so this is looking really nice. But honestly, I like this text part more than this icon part. I know this is not the best, but I just showed you how to make your own logo using some free online tools. Okay. Alright, so let's bring up our previous logo, like the original one. Alright, so save your home page. And now I'm gonna give a final touch to our website. Like, I'm really gonna polish our full website top to bottom. It will be really quick, just review all the things so we can make sure everything is perfect. Okay, so let's start from the start. We have nice animations. For the banner section, this is actually looking perfect, nothing we have to do. Then for this about section, let's actually review all these on our front end website, so it will be best. So in here, if we refresh our page, animations are good. And here, as you can see, we don't have any animation or any entrance animation on this section, but it really would be good if we add some animation on these items, right? So let's quickly add it. So first, let's start with this item. You can turn on the structure as well. So this is the icon box, right? So just in the advanced tab, let's add some animations and all. Entrance animations. So in the entrance, we can select fade in left. So it will come up from the left side. After, with this one, we can also edit the animation from the left, fade in left, and this one as well, because all of these are on the left side. So it makes sense. Entrance animation, fade in left. And for this big jar, we can add an entrance animation, but not from any side. We can just make it fade in like this. After that, we have these. And of course, for this one, it should be fade in right. So it will fade in from the right. And of course, these other ones, fade in right. And this one, fade in right. Okay, so this section is having nice animations. So let's publish it and look how it looks. And this is looking really nice. All right, now let's go back and move to the next section. On the next section, we don't have any animation, but this section needs animation. It will look really good. So first, let's add the animation on this image, this badge image. So on the motion effects, this should be fading up. So it will, fading down. So it should fade in to the down, okay? And this one, I'm gonna make this one as well, fading down. And this one fading down. And this one, let's make it fading up. Like this. And these ones. So in our front end website, if we see, this two content is already having a nice, like, smooth effect. So we don't have to bring any extra on them. So we can just grab these little buttons. our filter buttons and add some animations. So for this animation, we can make it faded down. Then this one, we can actually make it fading up, and this one fading down, and this one fading up. Like, it will give a nice zigzag motion effect. So this one up and this one should be fading down. Alright, so let's see how it looks. Publish and see. And you see this is looking really nice. Alright, so in the next section we have this. So I want animation on this one and maybe this one. So let's move ahead here. For this one, of course, we'll use this fading down, and this one we actually don't want any animation, so leave it. After that we have this section. For these ones I definitely need animation, so select individual cards. First select the section, then open the fries, then we have carousel, then we have the slide, right? So we can actually grab this carousel, the whole thing, and add an animation. Maybe fade in will be good. Yes. Alright, after that we have this section. Yes, for this section it needs some effects. So on here, let's select this whole top area and add animation as a whole, okay? So from here, let's make it faded down. Then let's select this individual card. Then from here, for the left one, let's add fading left. And for the middle one, make it fade in, and right one, it should be fade in right. Okay, good. Now let's move, but before, let's check this out how it looks. You see it looking really nice, but we cannot notice the animation for the middle one. You see this is being too fast, so we can select this middle card again, and in the motion effect, instead of this normal, we can make it slow, so you can at least notice it. Okay, so publish and refresh here. Let's see how it looks. Now it's looking really nice. All right, so just on this section, this is the carousel. In the carousel, I'm just gonna add a simple effect, fade in, but we can make it slow. Alright, publish it. After we have this, so for this one, this container as a whole, I'm gonna add fading down. Then this one as a whole, I'm gonna add fading left, and this one, of course, fading right. Okay, now finally we have this footer. So first in the footer, let's see how we can add it. So first let's select this icon list, this, and on this one we can add fading left, and on this logo we can add fade in but really slow, and on this side we can add fade in right. And the same logic will work here. This left one should have fade in left, and right one should have fade in right. Alright, now let's publish. Alright, so I have added animation on all of them, but here I can notice one thing. This custom section is giving some padding up here, and in our front end website we can see, yes, there's some gap, although all this custom code is not visible, but the gap is still there. Okay, so select this custom code container, and in just padding make it 0, then publish, and let's check it now, and you can see there is no space. Okay, so let's review our whole website properly. Oh, okay, hold on, we did not add an animation on this header, so let's go up quickly, and on this logo let's add fading left. And for this menu, let's add fade in, but really slow. And also on this animation delay, I'm gonna add 1500. So animation delay, with this you can delay the animation. You'll see it practically, but before that, let's select this order button, and in this motion effect, let's make it fade in right. Right now, publish it, and now let's see. You see, after loading up all the things, after 1500 millisecond later, this heading is loading up, right? So this is giving a cool effect. All right, so let's see how it looks. So good, looking so good with all the animations. See how everything is smooth. Super cool. And now I'm gonna give you a bonus thing. So if you go to the JFD website, if you scroll down all the way to the end, you'll find this motion effect smoother CSS. So this is our last CSS. Let's just copy all these and go to our home page. In the custom code, we can just add it in the style tab. So leave some space and paste it. Now if we publish this, you'll notice a very big change. So first refresh. If you notice carefully, everything is animating a way smoother than before. So much ease. If you don't believe this, I'll show you right way. So just remove this code and see how it animates. If there is code, it looks like this. And if there is no code, this is coming too fast, like no ease is there. And with this code, every animation has nice ease. You'll see this better when you do it yourself, like on your device. All right. So we have completed our amazing supplement landing page design. Now go ahead and make your own professional supplement landing page. I wish you all the best. I have just one request. Please comment down below about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social media. It would mean world to me. I'll see you in the next video. For now, keep learning.